Welcome back to the Designer Home Comfort YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be on stressless recliner elevation kits. When you might need an elevation kit, what type of elevation kit to get, and how to install them. So let's get into it. The first thing and most important thing to do before you select a elevation kit is to identify what kind of base you have for your recliner. So this one right here is the classic base. The classic base from Stressless is identifiable by their bent wood frame here and the manual recline. This is what most people are gonna have. Next is the signature base. The signature base has a rocking feature, swivels and reclines, just like the classic. It's identifiable because it will have this polished aluminum around the sides. And lastly, we have the LegComfort system, and you'll know if you have the LegComfort system. The LegComfort system is the motorized Ottoman. So when you push your touch sensitive button here, the Ottoman will extend out from underneath the chair. Okay, so now that you've identified the type of recliner that you have, I'm gonna go over each elevation kit now and tell you which ones work for which recliners. The first elevation kit that we have is for the classic base, and you will have a ring for the bottom of the recliner and also one for the bottom of the Ottoman. And it will raise them both about 1.5 inches proportionately. So your Ottoman won't be lower than your chair. Now they are purchased separately, so if you want your Ottoman to be elevated and not your chair, then you can buy just the Ottoman. But if you want your chair elevated and not the Ottoman, you can do it vice versa and just do it for the chair. When selecting the ring for your classic base recliner, pay close attention to when your chair was manufactured. The rings have changed so much from Stressless because the base sizes have changed over the years. Depending on when your recliner was made, it may use a different base type. If you're unsure about which base elevation ring to buy for your classic base recliner, give us a call. I'll put the number right here, and we will help you identify which ring will fit your recliner. Likewise with the Ottoman, if your chair was produced before 2004, the Ottoman feet, which let me grab an Ottoman to show you guys. So the Ottoman feet were nailed in by hand before 2004. After 2004, Recliners switched to an automated process to nail these in. And when they switched to an automated process, that allowed this spacing to be perfect. And I'll show you the ring and why that's important. The installation process for the Ottoman is super easy. You'll see there's holes here, and you just align them with the feet. So once you get it aligned, it will set right in there and raise your Ottoman up about 1.5 inches. That's about the elevation to expect from this. To put the ring on the chair, basically just lay the ring down on the floor with this clip side up. The other side will have little feet on it. And you're going to pick the chair up and set it down on this ring. And you'll know that it aligns because it'll clip down into it. You'll feel the recliner snap into the ring itself. Just kind of a picture of it being installed midway. So for LegComfort recliners, you will use the same elevation ring as you would for the classic base, depending on what size you have. So if you have a large, then you'll go with the large ring. If you have a medium, you'll go with the medium ring. Obviously, you don't need an Ottoman ring for the LegComfort system since there's not a detached Ottoman. And the same installation process goes for this. You just pick up the recliner and set it down onto the ring, and it will snap in. Now, with the signature base, we don't use a ring at the bottom like we do for the classic. Instead, what we do is we install a plate between this wooden frame here and this metal piece. So basically, this plate right here will go in between the chair and the base there. So for the signature base, the same is true for the Ottoman. Basically, there'll be a way to separate these two by a bolt right here. And you will get a spacer that will add about 1.5 inches to the length of this Ottoman, as well as new hardware to accommodate for that. So for the installation, Recliners has made it very clear to us that they do not want the customers installing the signature elevation kits. If you do any damage to your chair caused by the installation of this elevation kit for the signature base, then those damages are not covered under your warranty. So I would recommend consulting your local dealership about installing the elevation kit for our signature base recliners. For informational purposes, we're going to show you how this is installed. If you order a recliner brand new and you order an elevation kit with it, we're going to go ahead and install it during the assembly process. If your recliner does not have it and you put it on as kind of an aftermarket part, then we do have to do some slight disassembly to your chair to add this elevation spacer. So basically what we do, look and see how these holes are aligned when we take off the base, and this spacer will have that same alignment. You're going to install the spacer like this and install the base bottom on top of there. So basically this will add about 1.5 inches to your seat height. Recliners will provide longer screws for the spacer here, so that way you can bolt this all together. Those are the different types of elevation kits we offer for stressless recliners. If you still have some questions regarding which elevation kit works for your recliner, and you know when your recliner was manufactured, I will leave a link down in the description below that'll provide more information. If you found this video informative, please leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.